Ruggable. Have you tried those?
Dude, I'm staring at my brand new Ruggable.
I've washed
Yeah.
mine like 7 times, and
Wait.
it's amazing. I love it so
We got,
much. It's a
like-
washable rug
Yes,
It's a
with
full-on
a
amazing.
rug.
squishy
You
pad
can.
Yes.
underneath that you
Yeah.
like Velcro it on top of.
No.
They're
That's great.
beautiful, and I've had mine for 2.5 years, and I have a kid. He's
Yeah.
gross.
Mhm.
He's gross.
nasty.
Yeah.
I wash this thing all the time, and it
In a
looks great.
washing machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, washing machine, drying in the dryer.
Really?
It's amazing.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
I guess
finally
that
got
one's
mine.
already used up then.
That's a freebie, ladies and gentlemen. People
What
of
does
the
yours
internet.
look like? Is it a Star Wars one?
Yes.
There are Star Wars ones?
Yes, I knew it.
Yeah, it's
What?
it's
So it's a cool rug company?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I wonder if I could just like
Oh,
the
stormtroopers.
stormtroopers.
and Vader and
That's
like
cool.
Mandalorians and Boba Fett and the whole 9. I love it.
Okay, wow.
I
I
like
bought it
And
thinking
it
it was
kinda
like
looks
really cool.
skeletons.
Yeah, and then we put it down, and then I don't know, like 4 hours later, Jeremy was like, "Oh my god, that almost looks like a stormtrooper." I was like, "That's the reason I bought it. Like it's fucking Star Wars." And he's like, "That is so cool." It killed me. It literally took me taking a picture of it
Wow.
and sending it to him, and he's like, "Oh my god." Like he really thought I spent way too much money on just like a generic like floral filigree rug. I'm like, it's like you don't even know me. It's like you don't even know me.
Sci-fi, the final genre.
Super linear movie
Wait,
called Blue
what?
Velvet.
Story, the yellow
God, Emily in Paris.
What is happening?
Welcome to a Star Trek Wars spinoff that boldly goes wherever the hell we want it to.
We love Star Trek, but there's a galaxy of other shows waiting to be explored. Can we also do books?
Yeah.
I've got a short story actually that's amazing.
I mean, we can do whatever the hell we want.
I don't know if I can condone this.
Don't worry, babe. It's out of your hands now.
So what are you going to call it?
Star Trek Wars.
Star Trek Horrors?
Oh,
Nuh-uh.
dude.
Mm-mm.
Get out of
No.
here.
No.
Don't like it coming out of your mouth.
Disgusting.
Let's go ahead and introduce all of the main characters. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Chelsea, the resident birthday woman. Happy
Ooh.
birthday. It is your
Thank you.
birthday today.
Thank you.
And I did try to get Elton John to join our cast, but he had a show tonight. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry.
He's a diva. He's just such a diva.
Yeah.
We wouldn't
I
have been
think
able
he
to
said
meet his
something about
demands
his-
anyway.
No.
Okay, so
Yes,
hi,
absolutely.
I'm Chelsea. I'm married to Jeremy, and that's how I got this job. Because I worked really hard for it.
Yeah, you did. I'm just interested. Tell me more.
No, like he's legit the same way he is on the podcast, just like all the time. It's pretty great. All the time. So
He like walks around with that voice. Hello, Chelsea.
like Mr. Movie
It's
Phone.
Jeremy, your husband.
He does have
I've
this,
made breakfast.
he has this really weird
Rate my
unfortunate
toast
timing
from 1 to 10.
where like the second we have the windows in the house open, he always finds himself shouting something really disgusting or inappropriate, and I'm pretty sure the neighbors hear it. So that's fun.
Okay. Okay.
So
You're the
Wow.
interesting
Anyway,
neighbors, though.
Yeah, you're living the sitcom dream over there,
truly.
pretty much.
Truly.
Please tell
Hmm.
us about yourself, Jocelyn.
Well, I am the sister of Jordan, who is podcast besties with Jeremy. So that's my, I
Claim to
guess.
fame.
Yeah, that's, what is that called? Why can't I think of the word? All I can think of is nihilism and narcissism.
Nepotism.
Nepotism. Thank you.
But you're also a podcast pro at this point by now.
Also a podcast pro. I'm on the big Star Trek Wars show. I do, what am I doing? Discovery.
Yeah.
And then Jordan and I are going to do Picard again, I think, when it comes back.
Right.
And then I have my own show that is hilarious because it's
What's it
about breast
called?
cancer. It's called Breast Cancer is Boring. And it's
That
a
sounds
hoot.
interesting.
Yeah. It's fun. We laugh. We have a good time. We like to
I don't
say
like
on
the
the
way you said
show.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, breast cancer is not a journey. It's a lifestyle. So just
Great,
saying.
great.
Um
Well, we are very happy to have you.
Happy to be here.
So how this works is every
Wait.
episode, each of us is going to bring something.
Wait.
What?
Who are you, Lita?
Oh, who
Yeah.
am I?
Who are you?
Who are
I
you?
forgot about me. I'm Lita. I am Jocelyn's brother's sister-in-law. So basically, our siblings got married.
Yes.
And also nepotism, but I think I
Mm.
was also the only girl that he knew that he was into Star Trek. So he was like,
Yeah.
"Do you want to like come and have an episode with us?" And then I never left. So
Nice.
I don't do any other podcasts. I am typically scared of doing anything online in front of people, but this has been something I really love doing and has brought me a little bit out of my shell, which I need because I'm an extreme introvert and now I'm a stay-at-home mom. So this is exciting for me.
Nice.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Lita.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I like me.
You seem cool.
I thrift shop. I'm cool.
God.
I don't know why that was the thing that I thought was cool.
I'm really into
I bought a Madewell
vintage.
purse for $2 the other day.
Madewell? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Leather.
Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. Wow.
All right. So every episode of this show, each of us is going to bring something that we want the other two to experience. It could be movies, TV shows, video games, books, short stories, essays. We'll lay out the pros and cons, what we are, pros and cons, and then finally rate each thing in what's probably a needlessly complicated, yes, that's Jocelyn's words, but very well said. We're calling Torpedo, Transport, and Trill. Torpedo means I do not like this thing. I want it gone, destroyed, out of my face. Transport is I like it and I want to beam it into my life whenever I so please. And Trill is I love it so much I want it inside of me. And it's supposed to make you uncomfortable.
It's never gonna not be funny.
Yes.
I also forgot we were doing hos and cons, so that was just like a little jarring. It's like, oh my,
Hey,
right, no, that's a thing.
I will never stop trying to make hos and cons a thing. Wasn't that you,
It's
Chelsea?
good.
You did
Yeah.
hos and cons.
Yeah, I think I'd had
You
a
made
few
that
drinks,
happen.
so I don't recall a whole lot.
I'm eternally grateful, and we will make it a thing. So
Yes.
So Jocelyn, tell us about
Yeah.
your pick.
My pick was an essay by Rebecca Solnit, who is she's actually a historian, I believe, and famed feminist, and she writes for various outlets, but she wrote an essay in the 80s called Men Explain Things to Me, which then a collection of her essays was published in like the early 2010s of the same name, Men Explain Things to Me. I didn't make you guys read the full book of essays. I just asked you to read the essay, Men Explain Things to Me. And in the essay, she recounts a story where she's at a party and her friend is introducing her to this man at this party. And she mentions, and I'm not even smart enough to know who the historical figure is. Somehow it comes up. And the dude is like, oh yeah, I just read a book about that person, actually. And her friend was like, yeah, that's her book. She wrote that. And this man just proceeded to tell her about this book he read that she wrote, as though she had never heard of it before. And it took several, and in the essay, she lays it out so beautifully, but essentially it took several tries for her friend to really land with this man. Like, no, this woman standing in front of you wrote the book that you're talking about, and you're talking about how brilliant it was and all this. Then it turns out the guy never actually read the book. He just read an article about the book and still felt like entitled. So
That's the best part.
that's the best part for me as well. I was like, damn, if that isn't every woman's experience. And essentially, the essay is about this shared experience that women have where men explain things to us. And oftentimes, men explain things to us that we already know full well. But it's the sense of, because they are men, they, I don't know, they have this compulsion where they feel like they can be an authority on something, whether or not they really are. But we're so much dumber, I guess, in general, that they can kind of just fake it till they make it. I don't know what that is, but I do know. Well, I want to know what you guys think about the essay, and then I'll tell you how I specifically connected to this essay and to her book in general. But what did you guys think?
I loved it. Just women always having to feel like they need to defend their own smarts, their own
Yeah.
actual worth in society every single time that they want to speak. It's
Yeah.
shocking, and oh, it shook me to my core. But this one line from the book, the essay, was my favorite. It says, "Dude, if you're reading this, you're a carbuncle on the face of humanity and an obstacle to civilization. Feel the shame." Whenever she outed somebody for being a dumbass.
I do
A
love that.
carbuncle on the face of humanity.
On the face of humanity and
See
an
what I mean?
obstacle to
She's
civilization.
amazing.
Feel the
Oh.
shame.
Feel the shame.
No,
Feel the shame of explaining a woman's own book to her that she wrote and you haven't even read.
The need to be right.
Mhm.
Men.
The need to be in a position of power.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, like,
need-
so I actually have somebody who's kind of like a subject matter expert on this. So if it's okay, I'm just gonna like have them on real quick to just like talk through
Oh,
it.
sure.
Is that okay? Okay. All right. Give me just
Oh,
a
that's
second.
great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She sounds great.
Yeah. You have her like right there. I can't believe it.
Oh, she's
So
in the
I,
room. Oh.
Oh, God.
I heard there was some confusion
What?
about
No.
the word
No.
mansplaining.
No.
And, I thought I'd come in and clear things up for you. So mansplaining is normally when typically a guy
Oh God. Yeah.
comes in and explains things in the
Uh-huh.
simplest form possible.
Is that how it works?
Is
so
that
that
what
the
it
lady
is?
can understand
Can
more
understand it.
usual.
Oh,
The
lady.
the subject is probably something the woman knows more about.
We're ladies now.
But I'm here to break it down for you gals.
Yeah.
Is there anything
no,
else I
thank
could do?
you so
Okay.
much.
I got
Did
it.
you?
I gotta go.
Just for clarity's
God.
sake, did you read the essay we're talking about right now
read
that you're
an
explaining
essay.
to us?
I'm building a
Okay.
shed.
No,
I
I
can't
just
be
wanted to check. I just-
reading essays.
Sorry,
Look at
I
these
know you're very busy
calluses.
and important, and I appreciate you coming by.
You got it, doll.
Thank you for nothing. Oh my God. Ooh. Ooh.
All right. Hopefully
Aw,
that was
he called
helpful.
me a doll.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you,
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Wow,
Yeah.
I don't think I was understanding it before.
I know I wasn't.
You need me to refill that, honey?
Yes. No. Now.
Yes, dear.
Don't forget the lemon.
No, I had
Oh my
to figure out a
God,
way to get him
Chelsea.
on. I'm sorry. And it seems so
Masterfully
perfect.
done.
So perfect.
Oh my God.
It was good.
So
He's a good
actually, okay, so this is like
Fantastic.
really just hits home for me. So
Mm.
professionally, I do like a lot of like project management and IT, which is unfortunately very much like a
Mm.
man's world.
Ah.
Oh my God. Like it's every week for me that the boss of the other team, who's just like that stale male, pale, like,
Mm.
he like tries to mansplain the most simple stuff to only the women on the team. And I'm still somewhat
I
new at my
see.
job, but I continually shut him down. So it's really just a matter of time before I get fired. But like it's something I'm
Or
really passionate
promoted,
about.
hopefully.
And reading this article pissed me off because I'm like, this happens. Like this happens
Yes.
every fucking
Yes.
day at work. Like I'm over it.
Every
Like
fucking day.
I know more than
Yesterday.
you. Just shut up. Like I know
Yesterday?
more. Like this is
Yesterday.
you got
Yes.
mansplained yesterday?
Yes. And let me lay out how this works, because it's not just like men who are trying to be dicks, you know? It's the quote unquote nice guys as well. It's like it's so ingrained in our culture they don't even know they're doing it. And we were managing this patient, a doctor and I, at work yesterday, and the patient needed a lot of stuff, right? Okay. It was in a bad way. And I had all these meds. Now, this will come as a shock to people who have never been in a hospital or only watch Grey's Anatomy, but nurses give the medications. Nurses start the IVs, nurses give the IV medications. Physicians don't. They're not trained to do it. They don't do it. It's not part of the workflow. And I had multiple IV medications to give. And when you have multiple IV medications to give and it's kind of an emergency situation as a nurse, you look up compatibility, because you only have 2 lines. You need to give 5 meds. Which ones are compatible? What can you Y in to a single IV and maybe leave the other one open for like blood product, which you can't Y anything into? Anyway, this doctor was like, so I think what we should do is you should give the mag first, and then you can give the potassium. You know what I mean? If you could prioritize the mag. And I was like, okay, got it. Because I didn't have the energy to say they're fucking compatible. And I know that because I've given them a million times, because I've been a nurse for 10 years and I've been doing this, and you have not. And I understand we're in an emergency situation and that's stress. And when things get stressful, the mansplaining does come out. But I got this, bro. If I asked him to prime tubing in that moment, he wouldn't be able to. And yet he's telling me which bed he wants me to prioritize. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It blows my
pisses
mind.
me off. Like, ugh.
It makes
I
me
think
so mad.
the absolute worst is like if you have to like take your car to the shop. So like I took my car in to get it fixed, which I don't usually do because it's awkward and like you just feel like they're like trying to fuck you over and they're like super condescending.
Yes.
And it was like this
Yes.
old white guy and like hardcore, like you could just tell like Trump supporter, mostly because he was like literally like just talking about liberals and like dropped like the F word a few times and like regards to like, you know, like the LGBTQ community. Gross. Didn't love it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So a real high
Yeah.
quality
Wanted to, yeah.
carbuncle. Okay.
Real high quality
Hmm.
guy. And the whole
Salt of
time,
the
like
earth.
he tried to
Ugh.
mansplain to me my tattoos.
Wait,
How
what?
How
did
do
he
you
do
do
that?
that? He was I know this I don't have words. Like
Wait, what? Give me an
and
example.
then
I need
this
to
was right before my
understand.
trip to Portland. So then he's talking about like
Okay.
you have to be really safe in Oregon. You know, I hear like all the liberals out there are just protesting and it's all over the city. And I'm like, oh, it's not. And he like started arguing with me. I'm like, my best friend lives out there. Okay. No, you know what? You know best. You've never left Colorado, but I'm sure you know best. So I guess enjoy your
Oh
12
my
pack of Busch
God.
Light and your double wide tonight. I don't know what to tell you. Like you fucking trash. Anyway, it pisses me off.
He's
Like nothing
it
makes me
pisses
as
me off.
angry as mansplaining. Nothing.
Yeah. You need to read the full book. I encourage you to read the full book, Men Explain Things to Me, Rebecca Solnit. Don't read it before bed like I was trying to do. I had to like fully just read it during the daytime because I would get so like I would have such a visceral reaction because it's not just funny. You know, she makes that connection between this culture that allows and expects mansplaining and this culture that treats women with violence. And it's an absolute straight through line between those things, and it's all interconnected. And when you start to realize that, I mean, I was in tears for like half the book and like hot rage tears. it just fucking sucks.
Yep.
And it's everywhere and part of everything.
Yes.
I get so mad about this. Is Chelsea, you mentioned you worked in IT, and I just want to say this because when I was in nursing school, I volunteered to do blood testing at conferences. I must have been getting paid. Otherwise, why was I doing this? But there was this women conference. Like, it was for women. And part of it was like a women's wellness conference. It was a 2-day conference. And during this conference, I personally did over 100 like blood draws. And they were very small. It was like a finger prick. And then you filled a pipette and did it. So over the course of 2 days, over 100. Then the same company sent us to an IT building, like an IT employer, to do it for the employees for one morning. So we spent 2 days testing women. Nobody fainted in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Not anybody. There were thousands of women there.
Yeah.
In one morning, we tested 50 dudes, and 3 of them fainted straight out.
Yeah. They're
And
soft.
it occurred to me, women grow up and we are used to the sight of blood because we get our periods.
Yep.
So we see blood every month starting at a pretty young age, and men don't.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think they
that
should.
somehow is tied to all of this fucking bullshit.
I agree. I am so determined that my son is going to be very aware of all of the blood, and not just blood that comes out of women every single month.
Yeah.
And he's going to
Honestly, every
be
day.
cool about it, because that was like a
Mhm.
terrifying thing for my childhood. And I don't want it to be anybody else's.
Yeah.
Anyways. Wow. That was a good essay.
Yeah,
It
right?
was.
Love her.
Good. Thank you for that, Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, would you like to talk about your wonderful jazzy play?
What? Yes.
Jazzy. It's not jazz.
So should I just like read a synopsis?
Yeah.
Okay. Good,
Just
because I
delve
Describe
a
happen
little
to
bit
just like
into
have one on my phone.
the world.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. In this cult classic, sweethearts Brad and Janet, stuck with a flat tire during a storm, discover an eerie mansion of Dr. Frankenfurter, a transvestite scientist. As their innocence is lost, Brad and Janet meet a house full of wild characters, including a rocking biker, a creepy butler, and through elaborate dances and rock songs, Frankenfurter unveils his latest creation, a muscular blonde named Rocky. Okay.
Mm.
I'm going to start with Lita because I know you were waiting to watch this for like a special occasion or something.
Yeah.
So hopefully this was special enough.
Okay, this is going to take a little bit of a wild ride. Okay, so I was very excited to watch this. I've had a couple of very close special friends in the past been like, "Oh, this is one of my favorite movies. I love it so much." I'm not a musical person, so I just never got around to watching it. So a couple weeks ago, I told my husband Adam, I was like, "Hey, let's watch this. I'm in a good mood. We're drinking. Let's, sit down and watch this over the weekend." And he's like, "Yeah." So I told him, "Okay, go ahead and click it." And what I told him to rent was A Clockwork Orange.
What? Oh no!
And it came out of my mouth and it just didn't register to me that I had said the wrong thing at all. And he's, unknowing. So he's like, "Okay." And
Oh
we're
my
both
God.
watching it. We're like, I'm thinking, when's the dancing gonna start? Like,
Where's
is there
Tim
gonna be some music? I'm so sad. I don't like this.
I've
I
never
don't.
seen The Clockwork
It's
Orange, but from what
bad.
I understand,
Don't watch
it's
it.
awful.
Is that the one with
It's
the
bad.
eye thingies? Like where they like hold their eyelids open? Is that?
I don't
It's
know. I don't know
scarring.
that I
How
got
far
to
did
that
you
part. We watched
get?
half of it, and Adam was like, "I gotta stop. Like, I'm not in the mood, man." And so it
Why
took me
does
a couple of
Chelsea want us
days
to
because
watch
I'm a
this?
dumbass. And then I was like, "Wait a second. I don't think that was the right thing." I was so embarrassed.
Oh my God.
I I was
Oh my
worried. I was
God.
like, "Chelsea, this is such a sad movie for you to love, like, it's not good. There's just violence and people, like, groping their uncles on the I don't understand, it's not good." And I was thinking about my friends in the past
It's not
who
good.
loved it in, like, high school years, and I was like, "Y'all were watching this shit in high school?"
Ugh.
Oh my God,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Lita.
That's a bad entrance to this, but I
Oh.
loved it. It was
Yay!
amazing. It was so much fun, and I'm not
Mhm.
even gonna lie, Tim Curry was a dreamboat.
Oh my God.
I
No
was
I know.
joke.
obsessed with him. Like, I'd
Oh.
Dude.
seen and heard sound bites from this, I guess, my entire life, and when I watched it, it was like they all
Mhm.
went into a puzzle piece, and I was like, "And Tissa,
Mhm.
patient." That was so good! Oh my god, it was amazing. It was like yeah, it was like puzzle pieces. Everything kinda clicked, and it was fun and weird, and the
Yeah.
ending really tripped me out because
Mm.
I guess I wasn't expecting that, but it was a fun watch. What about you, Jocelyn?
Um, yeah, same. I've always heard about this. I've seen, like, I watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and I feel like they reference Rocky Horror a lot.
Mhm.
They did like a Rocky Horror themed runway one season, I think. And so
Ooh.
I've heard the songs, some of them. I've heard like, and there are like several theaters that will do like midnight showings. Like it's a big thing. It's a cult classic.
Yes.
And I'd never seen the full thing. I've only seen like pictures and memes and like references. And I've got to say, I agree with you, Lita. Tim Curry in this role in motion is a very different thing than like a static photo. I was like, excuse me, legs. Excuse me, tight little butt. Excuse me, why can't I stop watching your face?
Right? Like,
Couldn't
I wish I could wear lingerie like that.
I mean, he just everyone was great in it. Susan Sarandon, oh my God. Um
She
talk
was
about it.
good.
Talk about a body. She's always had a great body. But he like his energy was so high and like and low and sideways and like it was so good. It was like such a I don't know. I love musicals. I love musicals. At one point I was standing like watching it. I was standing behind the couch because it was like so exciting. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about it and it's so weird and like oddball and everyone in it is such a maniac. But the funniest part is when he goes, Tim Curry goes into her bedroom and he has like, you know, Brad's wig on and she's like, oh no, never. And then he goes into his bedroom and this is after he's made himself an Adonis. Like
Uh-huh.
this man is insatiable and he goes with her wig and he's like, what? No. But you buy it because
Yeah.
like, I don't know. And then they're in a pool. I was like, what is going on? But it's wonderful and it's like visually amazing. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I would love to see that in a post COVID world in a packed theater at midnight with a bunch of other like absolute weirdos. I would love that.
It's really fun.
Awesome.
And you should, because we go every Halloween. And they have
You
prop
do?
bags.
Is
Yeah,
that when they
have
do it? Okay.
they have prop bags. There's usually like a bar in the back, and like you have like the newspaper over your head at the like beginning, and you act it out like through the scenes. And then there's always one guy
Aw.
with like a blow up saxophone that gets out dressed like Meatloaf and starts like dancing and like singing up and down the aisles for like the Meatloaf song. It's so fun. Like it's so fun. Okay. I'm so glad you guys loved this as much as I do.
Oh yeah.
This is
It
like
was so much
seriously
fun.
such a huge part of I know like saying my life sounds really lame, but it is. Because like not only is it a fun
No.
musical and it's catchy, but it's weirdly progressive, right? Like you have
For the
Tim
70s?
Curry.
Absolutely.
Oh, what the fuck? By the way, I've never seen a woman that can walk that well in heels. Like, okay, so when he's in the lab
And the
I can't.
and he's
heels.
singing like the song
Every
to
pair of
Rocky,
shoes
and
I
he's
wanted.
like kicking up his
Yes.
feet. I'm like, and then walking backwards, like throwing his head back. Okay, so me and my old roommate before
I
Jeremy moved in, watched this, and we're drunk,
uh-huh.
and both decided like, okay,
Oh
let's go put on some
no.
heels. We have hardwood floors.
Oh no.
Let's do this. It is really
We're gonna act it
hard.
out.
It is really hard. It didn't go well. So like that's
I can imagine
insane.
watching this.
Yeah, you
Those
just get like
Watching this
inspired to
in
do
high
really weird
school would
shit.
be
Yeah.
I want to be
life-changing.
in this. I want to be in this music. I've always wanted to be in every musical, but I want to be in this one.
Yes.
I feel like you could have been one of his like maid house people.
Absolutely.
The
Magenta. What's her name?
dancers?
Magenta?
Magenta.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
magenta. Yeah, so everything about this is perfect to me.
Welcome back, and I'm gonna just plop us right back into with my pick of this episode. The Shining, The Thing, Misery, 30 Days of Night. What do all of these movies have in common? Well, they're colder than a Star Trek whore's titty. And I don't know about you, but I like it cold.
Because it's very cold in space.
Whenever I go out, and the one time every 5 to 8 years it snows in Texas, I go outside and it's so quiet. And I know that's normal for everybody that lives around snow, but it's not for me. And every time I hear that sound, it makes me like a little bit spooked out because I think of The Shining. Like I think of just like quiet, bone chilling cold. This movie is iconic for cold weather thrillers, which are my favorite. And I have been known to turn down the air conditioning a frightening amount. I'm sorry, global warming, but I want to watch my horror movies while I'm chilly. So, The Shining. Jack Torrance hoping to cure his writer's block. He settles in along his wife Wendy and his son Danny, who is plagued by psychotic premonitions. As Jack's writing goes nowhere and Danny's visions become more disturbing, Jack discovers the hotel's dark secrets and begins to unravel into a homicidal maniac, hell-bent on terrorizing his family. I love this movie. It's spooky. It's beautiful. It's got a complex backstory. It's got like an inner story and then like a sub-story. It's got creepy kids. It's got gaslighting, generational family psychosis, bears giving BJs. And then it's got like Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. Like, damn. Like, I have a soft spot in my heart for Shelley Duvall. I think she was amazing in this movie. And she is always, this has always been like one of my favorite acting characters from a woman. Like she just does it so well. Oh, I can't get over how terrified you feel through her. People shouldn't have built this hotel. It's on a cursed Native American burial ground. They were like getting attacked while they were building it. Multiple people have died in the same way, and the hotel keeps on luring little shiny babies to come and keep itself alive. And it's terrifying. And I want to know what you guys think of this movie and if there's any other kind of cold weather thriller, horrors, or movies I guess you like better.
Lita,
Yes.
lead it. Do me a favor. Say, Jocelyn, what did you think of the movie?
Jocelyn, what did you think of this movie?
Jocelyn is in here right now, Mrs. Chalupa.
Oh,
thank you. And scene.
I think you're the only person that's ever called me Mrs. Chalupa. That was weird.
Oh my God. This movie, I thought I'd seen it.
You'd
thought,
never
oh yeah,
seen
The
it?
Shining. I saw it. I thought I had seen it. I have not seen
What?
Jocelyn, this is a big month for
this
you.
movie. I know. I, I don't know how. I've seen parts of it, certainly. I've seen memes from it. Like, it's like one of those movies I feel like this, it can't just be me, that like you get the impression you've seen it, but you really have never sat down and watched all 2 hours and 23 minutes of it. No, this from the very start when they spend 5 minutes showing you who made the movie, which is the thing that they used to do with movies. It was like, you will sit through every credit. You don't care who produced this movie? Too bad. You don't care who
That's
the
on you.
cameraman was? The best boy grip? Too bad. You're going
You're
to
going to be
watch
done
it.
with your popcorn by the time these are
Time it
finished.
And they really create this slow. I kept thinking like, how do we have 2 hours of this movie left? How do we have an hour and a half of this movie left? And it's so deliberate and so haunting the whole time that by the time it gets to the chasing and the axing, you feel as exhausted as Shelley Duvall probably looks. And you feel like, I don't know, they just did it expertly done, basically. Expertly done. Expertly casted. I have a serious question, and I want you guys to be honest. And my question is, how much do I look like Shelley Duvall?
No.
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 She
Why
has
did you think that you look like her?
because I was just watching her and I was like, okay, big ol' eyes, kind of buggy eyes, which I know that
Big eyes are gorgeous, though.
big ol'
And I
eyes.
do think Shelley Duvall's pretty, but
I do too.
you have small features and dark hair and big eyes.
And we both
That's
have
not
kind of like
bad.
that overbite. I think her teeth are much, much thicker than mine.
Everybody has an overbite.
No, I have like a clinical, like I spent
Clinical.
4 years in a braces and a headgear overbite.
Oh no.
Like they were like, well, we'll try braces, and if that doesn't work, we'll have to break your jaw. So yeah, they were talking about major surgery, but we corrected it enough. I'm sensitive about it in case you can't tell.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I've grown out of caring about it. But, sometimes I see things and I'm like, oh, God, that's everything that I'm afraid.
Well, I'm having a hard time picturing it.
Okay.
But I do know that I love Shelley Duvall.
I love her. And I agree. There is something fascinating about her face. And there's something beautiful about it and repulsive about it at the same time.
It's the teeth, though, with her. Like, you're so drawn to her, like, interesting, messed up teeth, which I think is kind of sad that everybody has, like, normal, like, boring teeth. Because that's something with, like, Tim Curry in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I know.
His teeth were all
His
up.
teeth are fucked, and he also has an overbite, and yet can get it.
Oh, so. I thought he was hot.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know. I like interesting teeth in people.
Oh, I loved it. It was freaky, and that little boy, poor little boy. I also can't think about The Shining without secretly in my head saying it like Groundskeeper Willie calls it. The Shinin! You ever seen that episode of The Simpsons?
No.
He's got the shinin. And so now all I can think of is the shinin. It makes it a little less scary.
If you like The Shining, you should watch Dr. Sleep.
Oh, yeah. With Ewan McGregor, right?
Yes.
Is it good?
That was good.
Really? Okay.
It wasn't like iconic, but it was good.
Just Jack Nicholson's slow descent into madness. He's already an asshole. Like at the beginning of the movie. So I don't mind that he slowly descended into madness, except for the fact that he has a kid.
Well, that's one thing about Stephen King wrote the book, and he really didn't like the way that Kubrick wrote him into the movie, because he was supposed to be just kind of like a nice, clueless, boring guy at the beginning, and the hotel really pulled him in. That was his main complaint of the movie, and he's gone on to say, like, I don't like that movie because he did it wrong. But I like that he's an asshole. I wanted to root him.
I know it
I
made it
wanted to root
better.
against him. Yeah. Is it bad that I still kind of want to do that? Be a caretaker?
Be a caretaker for a no. I was thinking how great it would be. Yeah. I'll try not to do it on one that was built upon Native American burial grounds, but
Well, good luck. Good luck.
Mostly just because I'll feel like ethically wrong about it. Not because I think there's any special haunting properties that Native Americans have that us good old grudge carrying white people don't have, but
we are very spiritual.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else about the movie you wanted to talk about?
No, I want to hear what Chelsea thought.
Chelsea, tell us,
Okay.
please.
I think this movie is severely overrated. I am sorry.
I like it. Okay.
The book, amazing. Also, Doctor Sleep, couldn't hate that movie. Loved the book. Like,
Really?
I was so excited to watch the movie
There's
because
a
I
book,
read the
Dr.
book
Sleep?
and it sucked. And like, I hate that, right? Because until like the past few years, everything that Stephen King has written is generally perfection. And then they turn it into like a movie or a series and it's shit. And I don't like what Kubrick did. I don't like how far off base he went. I just think it's overrated. Like, yeah, it's good. It's a fun thriller. I don't think it's iconic. I don't understand why. I think it's too long.
I get that.
I think it's a
Reading
little
book
boring
before you watch the movie for sure.
Like, I
It's
don't
very
know.
long.
It's so I don't know. I don't see the appeal.
It is kind of the Jack Nicholson show.
Yeah.
So you
and,
have to
like
kind of be on board with young Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, and, like, I'm fine with him. I'm fine
on
with
board for hating him.
Yeah,
like, I'm fine with
same.
everybody that's in it. I don't really enjoy the storyline. Like, I don't know. Have you guys read the book?
I get that. I
No,
haven't.
see, I have no
You
reference
should.
to the source material,
You should
which
read
always
tried
ruins
to read
movies for
Doctor
me.
Sleep, but it was really sad.
and you should read Doctor Sleep because that
Aw.
book was phenomenal. Like, phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
And
is
I've never
Dr.
been more
Sleep about the
disappointed in a movie
boy?
adaptation. Yeah, it's about Danny.
And
Yeah.
Stephen King wrote it?
Yeah. Yeah, like,
Right.
but I don't know, I've just never been, like, a huge fan of The Shining. I feel like I liked it a lot when I first saw it because, like, I was supposed to like it because, like, that was the cool thing, and then I watched it, like, 1,000 more times, and I'm just like, like, I don't
Oh,
I'm okay with hating this now,
I get that.
like,
It's all about
because I
how
don't
you
have to
watch
like it, right?
something.
And, like, I didn't understand that I didn't have
Right.
to like it, but I don't know.
Nice.
I don't love The Shining. I just don't.
That is
So, sorry to
okay.
disappoint.
We are okay with that.
So to just like loop this back to mansplaining, Stephen King put on his Twitter at the beginning of 2020 about like
Ooh.
how The Stand was like, he's like, this is not like what we're living through. Stop trying to make it like that. Like that is a work of fiction. And somebody on Twitter responded to Stephen King and said, how would you know? It's not like you wrote the book. Yeah, dude, he fucking did.
Oh
No.
my god. Wow. That's
So
embarrassing for them.
I'll just take this full circle
Wow.
this evening.
All right, and now let's play everyone's favorite Star Trek themed game, Torpedo Transport Trill.
Torpedo Transport Trill.
All right, Chelsea, it is your birthday. You do get to go first. What do you
Great.
choose to torpedo transport Trill?
I have to torpedo The Shining. Sorry, Lita. I have to transport the men explaining things to me because Rocky Horror Picture Show is my life. So that is my Trill. Jocelyn?
I want to torpedo men explaining things to me in theory.
Yeah.
Like the concept of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Not the essay. The essay is amazing. So I'm going to go a little bit metaphorical and do that. I'm going to torpedo that. I'm going to transport the Shannon because I think I will probably watch that again sometime with like a group of people. And then for sure, I want to Trill Rocky Horror Picture Show because that was awesome. And I want to be in it and I want to be around it and I want to be all the prepositions. Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, I like that.
Lita.
For me, I'm gonna be a bit, weird here. I'm gonna torpedo The Shining. It was terrifying. It's scary. It's horrible. Whatever. But it's not the best of what we had today. I'm gonna transport Rocky Horror Picture Show because I do want to watch that more. I want to have my husband watch that with me, and when my kid gets older, we're gonna listen to the music, and it's gonna be fun. I'm excited, but I do absolutely want to Trill men explaining things to me because it is something that I avoid is confrontation with people, especially anything that could, men are scary. But I need to stand up for myself a little bit more. So I want to Trill that into my life. I want it inside of me.
All right.
All right. So next time, Chelsea. Starting with you. Give us 2 ideas of something terribly not what you want us to pick.
Okay. So I have something we could read or something we could watch.
Okay.
That's all I'm giving you.
Oh, interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Neither of mine are a read or a watch, so.
Okay.
Oh my God. Are we going to do makeup?
I want to read more.
I'll wait. But I think we're going to do makeup.
Well, easy.
I say read. I want to read more.
Read. Let's read.
Okay.
Let's read. I want to read.
All right. Let's do The Black Cat by Poe.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Exciting.
Now you're going back to my high school.
Awesome. Jocelyn, please tell us your picks.
Okay. Both have to do with color.
Okay.
So, do you want Italian nightlife? Or do you want to get into a sticky situation?
Italian nightlife. Always Italian nightlife.
Okay. All right. I'm going to teach you guys how to do my makeup look that I call Italian nightlife.
I remember you explaining this to us on like our initial like con call discussing this podcast. And it went a weird direction, so I'm very excited.
You have to send us a makeup list of like basic things so we can go along with you.
I'll send you like what items from the basic categories you need to bring with you. I don't purchase anything new unless you want an excuse to purchase something new. So yeah. Well, that's gonna be fun.
Lita.
It's my favorite going out makeup look, and I haven't been able to wear it in like 2 years. So we'll see if I can still do it.
I'm excited. So my 2 choices are either a power-hungry egomaniac takes a lover that makes him a better or worse man, or a cooking class that you didn't want.
What? Oh man, I can't cook. Will that help or hinder that experience?
No one knows.
No one knows. Who can say? I'm
gonna go with the not cooking class just because we're already doing something that's not podcast friendly for Jocelyn's makeup tutorial. I don't think a makeup tutorial
paint
and
a picture
a
with my
class
words, madam
would be super conducive to an entertaining podcast.
I'm immediately intimidated by the cooking class that I don't want. But it's very difficult for me to stomach the idea of a narcissistic, horrible human man, considering that's all playing out right now on, this fresh new Inner Circle of Hell episode of The Real Housewives of World Domination. So they say men don't get their periods, then why are we at war? You know what? I can do it.
You can do it. Okay.
I can do the man that's awful
I
that takes a
promise
lover
you,
that hopefully
it's
kills him.
interesting.
It's
Okay.
not 50 Shades of Grey, is it?
Ew.
Nah,
Okay, I'm just checking because I was
I
gonna send
read
you some like
better
dog
stuff
What
shit
are
in
we,
the mail.
45-year-old Midwestern evangelical Christian women in a book club? Get out of here.
I have Kindle. Okay.
I'm just
I
saying,
read
you made
better
us
than
watch
that.
Emily in Paris.
That's true. That's
So-
on me. It's the same worst. Yeah, it's the same level of worst.
So
let's
do we
do
find
this
out
thing.
what they are now? Or do we wait?
Yeah, I think
Oh
we
yeah,
find
you
out
tell
now.
us now.
Okay. So mine's Phantom Thread.
Ah,
With oh my gosh, what's
with
his
Daniel
name?
Day-Lewis.
Yes, Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't think you should go into it with any preconceptions.
Okay, don't
I
look it up.
didn't, and I was
Okay.
kind of like, I don't know if. Well, okay, not gonna say anything. Don't go into it with any crazy preconceptions.
Okay.
But that's my pick. What did you guys think of our picks? Please leave us a comment on the Facebook page and please let us know what we should be talking about next time. Thank you for listening and goodbye. Unless you are a Patreon member, in which case stick around for some exclusive content. And no one
What
else
is
is
our-
allowed.
What is our exclusive content?
So I have like
love
these
it.
little
No.
conversation cards.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what's on them, so I'll just pick one, and then
let's do it.
you guys just pick a number, and I'll read off that question or whatever. So pick a number
Cool.
I think
between 1
seven,
and 5.
7 of 9. 7 of 9.
1 and 5, Jocelyn. 1 and 5.
Oh, okay.
2.
Well, yeah, 2.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of depressing. What's one thing you would change about
sorry.
yourself?
Pick another one.
One thing I would change about myself?
Mhm.
Okay, I feel like this is a trick question. Because the answer is supposed to be like, nothing. I wouldn't change a thing about myself.
Oh, is that? It's not where I was gonna go.
No. This is what I would change. I've got like this like double chin feature. See it?
What?
This like, see this right down here?
What?
Yeah. Okay.
don't
I
see
would
anything.
I would tighten it. I would tighten that up. I would tighten that up until I look like I have the jawline of a Disney prince.
I mean,
Okay.
You kind
So
of
there
do.
you go. That's
already.
one thing I would change.
Okay.
Wants to look like a Disney
Lita, what
prince.
about you?
Noted.
Very specific.
I want the jawline of a Disney prince, so sue me.
For me, I wish I was less a picky person. I wish I was less picky.
What do you mean?
Just with hobbies, I guess. Like if it's not the thing I love, I'm just not into it. I wish I was one of those people that just liked to just try everything, you know?
That sounds like a quality, not a shortcoming.
I guess just in my own head, that's something I want to grow more into. I want to experience more things instead of just being like, no, I don't like it. I don't want to try it.
Okay. More adventurous, more...
Yes.
For me, sometimes it's a fear of failure. I don't want to try something because even if it's not like a pass-fail situation at all.
Right.
I just don't want to fail at something.
I'm also very cheap, so I don't want to pay for something else. I'm not going to use it.
I think it's a definite quality. Okay, Chelsea, one thing you would change about yourself?
I think it would be like my mouth, because it gets a little out of control sometimes. I have like
You mean the things that come out of your mouth?
Yeah, I have a
Oh no.
quick to fire temper, and
Oh.
I'm not afraid to say
Yes.
stuff. And sometimes that's not good. Who thought?
Ugh.
So I was talking to my friend today about anger and when we get angry, and she says that when she gets angry, she clams up. She can't think of anything to say. And when I get angry, I don't know where these things are coming from, but I have like a higher level of verbal that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I say the most, like my best work comes out of my mouth when I'm angry, but it's also very cutting and elaborate.
Yes.
And
Very
I don't
pretentious.
love that about myself.
Because
I kind of want to get in
Can
a fight
be,
with you.
yes, quite judgy.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So maybe I don't want to say like more timid, but perhaps a bit more reserved would suit me.
See, I hate it. I hate that. I like the mess. I invite the chaos. I want it.
Yeah.
I want it.
That was kind of a sad way to end this podcast, huh? Just like
Yeah,
picking out what we
Jesus.
hate about
Well,
ourselves.
you asked for a number. Wow. Okay, pick something. You pick something that you see on these cards that you think would be funny.
Yeah, throw
or
us a gimme,
happy.
for goodness sake.
Damn, I wasn't blaming anybody. I was just pointing a fact.
Well, I'm
Shit,
blaming
Lita.
you're picking
Chill
of
the
that
fuck out.
specific card.
All right. All right, Lita, this
Oh
one's
my
for you.
God.
Show me your favorite dance.
Okay.
No.
My favorite dance.
That's what it
Okay,
says. You
no,
said I could pick.
am. Wow. Okay. My son and I like to dance a lot, and I'm trying to
This is gonna
teach
be
him to
adorable.
like be less stiff and less white. And so it's basically him squatting, like doing
Uh-huh.
squats because we work out together. So we'll do squats, and he squats, and then he like waves his arms out like a plane. And so we
Oh,
just do that in circles. That's my favorite.
Aw,
that sounds
My
pretty cute.
favorite dance. I'm so cheesy.
I like that. It's really good. Mine's the time warp. It's this fun dance. You hop, and then there's step, and then you put your hands on your hips, and then I guess it's just a lot of like pelvic thrusts after that.
Of course.
Yeah, you do like a
Ad
circle,
lib.
and then you pull your knees
pelvic
together,
thrusting.
and then you thrust. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
that
I
is
miss
also my favorite
dancing.
dance.
Oh, I miss dancing too.
The pelvic thrust.
Yes.
Yeah, that too.
I'm quite good at it.
Don't have
No, I'm
enough
just kidding.
pelvic thrusts.
All right.
Prepare yourselves, because I've sent you a photo of me as a baby. And when I say I had an eye thing, when I say I was an ugly baby, I meant it. I am not being humble.
You were so chubby.
I was thick.
Oh my god, I want to sniff your rolls. Wait, that's weird. That's you.
There's probably yeast in them.
It probably smells like bread.
It probably smells like bread.
Oh, you do not look anything like who you are now. Some babies you can tell.
It looked like a
No.
lump of dough. Okay.
Oh my god.
However, I sorted things out. I sorted myself out. I'll send you another picture of me. I need to redeem myself. Everyone laughs like that when I show them the picture. They're like, "Holy God, what
Oh my
unholy lump of human flesh is that?"
You look like a baguette that was allowed to raise for too long in its basket. Like someone on the Great British Bake Off is like, all right, then might as well have a cup of tea.
Oh my god.
This is
An uncooked lump of overproofed dough.
it's raw.
It's raw.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that
face
was
hurts.
me.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful. That was beautiful.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you a picture of when I was at my height of cuteness. I peaked at around like between 3 and 5
Is
years
this of
old.
yesterday?
Right? No, this was my peak. I was fucking adorable, and I have proof.
Full transparency. I'm gonna show Jeremy that
Oh
baby
my
picture.
gosh.
I think you should.
Yeah.
You may want to
Oh,
warn him.
Your
You're so
little
sweet.
ringlets.
Look at my little ringlets.
You should
My-
cosplay yourself this year for Halloween.
I loved that sweater too. Oh my god, I loved that sweater.
Oh,
I'm trying to build a tent at this point, I think. You can tell I've
A
like
tent?
slept on my hair several times.
Yeah, with a lot of kids in the family, you kind of tend to.
Uh-huh.
I still can't. Okay.
At work, have you ever done that thing where they're like, send us in a baby picture, and then you have to guess who the baby is? I love that game
I haven't
because
done
people
that
are
forever.
they're so horrified by that baby picture.
No, you always win.
I always
would
win. No
always
one
win.
guesses it. They're like, oh my god, that can't still be alive.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's your birthday present. I'm gonna frame it and send it to you, Chelsea, so you can hang it in your house.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. All right. I think I'm good.
All right, we're good here. We're good. Thanks, Patreon.
I'm not good. I'm not good. Okay.
They had to be like supernatural intervention to make a child that looked that way. Something
What if
out
your
of like.
mom? No, that's mean. No.
Well, it begs the question. It really does.